So today we are going to start our class with the new chapter, matrices and determinants. First we will learn a few important points, then we will go to questions. What is a matrix? Matrix is arrangement of numbers in a shape of rectangle. Rectangular arrangement of numbers. So this is called a matrix, which you will put it in square brackets and give a name A to it. So in general, the matrix A will have the elements of the type Aij, and the order of the matrix will tell you how many rows, how many columns. Here we have row 1, row 2. So there are 2 rows. And we have column 1, column 2, column 3. So 3 columns. That is why the order of this matrix is 2 by 3. In general, a matrix can be written as A11, A12, A13, A1n. That means there are n columns. A21, A22, so on. A21, A31, A41, AM1. That means total there are m rows. So this element will be mth row, nth column. And in general, any element will be Aij, ith row, jth column. So in the matrix A, we have Aij elements, ith row, jth column. The order of the matrix is m by n. That means there are m rows and n columns. Now, if a matrix has only row, such kind of matrix is called row matrix, only one row. If a matrix has only one column, such a matrix is called column matrix. If a matrix is in the shape of a rectangle, that means m and n are not same. M is not equal to n. The number of rows, number of columns are different. Like there are 3 columns and 2 rows. Such a matrix is called rectangular matrix. But if in a matrix number of rows is equal to number of columns, m is equal to n, such a matrix is called square matrix. If the matrix O has all elements zeros, such a matrix is called null matrix. Then a matrix which has only diagonal elements, remaining elements are zeros. Such a matrix is called diagonal matrix. In a matrix, if all the elements are same, then such a matrix is called scalar matrix. But in scalar matrix, only diagonal elements will be same. Exactly, not all elements. Only diagonal elements will be same. The remaining elements will be zeros. That means Aij element, if I is not equal to j, it will be 0. Otherwise, Aij, that is A11 will be equal to A22, equal to A33, equal to ANN. If I equal to j, that is what happens in scalar matrix, because this element is first row, first column. This element is second row, second column. This element is third row, third column. So only such diagonal elements where I equal to j will be having the same number. Then if the diagonal matrix is, the diagonal elements are 1 and remaining elements are 0, such a matrix is called unit matrix or identity matrix. Identity matrix. So in identity matrix, Aij will be equal to 0 for I not equal to j, and Aij will be equal to 1 if I equal to j. Now, in a matrix, if you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, this is called principal diagonal of the matrix. And then if you add up these principal diagonal elements, 1 plus 5 plus 9, 15, this is called trace of the matrix A. Trace of matrix A plus B will be same as trace of matrix A plus trace of matrix B. Trace of matrix K into A will be same as K into trace of matrix A. Now, in a matrix A, if the elements Aij are equal to 0 for I greater than j. I greater than j means, suppose this is A11, A12, A13, A21, A22, A23, third row, first column, third row, second column, third row, third column. So wherever I is greater than j, all such elements are zeros. But the remaining elements are some numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Such a matrix is called upper triangular matrix. But suppose if in a matrix A, Aij will be 0 for I less than j. That means A11, A12, A13, A21, A22, A23, A31, A32, A33. Wherever I is less than j, there it is 0. That means you have 0, 0 and 0 here. Whereas you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 numbers over here. Such a matrix is called lower triangular matrix. Lower triangular matrix. Next, if A is equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. A transpose will be, A dash will be, first row will become first column, second row becomes second column, third row becomes third column. That means if in A you have Aij elements, then in A dash you will have Aj elements. That means transpose of Aij is Aj. For example, the element first row second column will become second row first column. Then the element, this is second row third column, it will become third row second column, third row second column. This is what happens in A transpose. If A transpose is equal to A, then A is called symmetric matrix. Symmetric matrix. That means Aij is equal to Aji. Suppose if A transpose is equal to minus A, then A is called skew symmetric matrix. That means Aij will be equal to minus Agi. In skew symmetric matrix, especially in skew symmetric matrix, the diagonal elements will be 0. That means Aij will be 0 for I equal to j in skew symmetric matrix. Next, if in a matrix A of order m by Aij elements of order m by n, B is a matrix having Bij elements of order m by n, then you can add A and B and you can subtract A and B. That means you will take Aij plus Bij, and that will be of order m by n. So the result will be Cij of order m by n. In A minus B, you will take corresponding Aij's minus corresponding Bij's. The order will still be m by n. So the result will be something like Dij matrix with elements Dij and order m by n. And then if you have K times A, that means the matrix A is multiplied by K. That means each element of the matrix A is multiplied by K. Next, if the matrix A is having Aij elements of order m by n, B is having elements Bjk of order n by p, then we can multiply AB matrix. When you are multiplying AB matrix, you are multiplying corresponding Aij and Bjk elements and adding them up, where j will be from 1 to n, and the order of such a matrix will be having Cik elements, and the order will be m by p. Such a matrix is named as C. Then the matrix power 0 will be 1. In general, AB matrix will not be equal to BA matrix, but A plus B matrix will be equal to B plus A. A plus B plus C matrix will be equal to A plus B plus C matrix, provided In these two cases, order of A, B, and C should be same. That is m by n. Then A plus null matrix will be equal to null matrix plus A will be equal to A. A plus negative A matrix will be equal to null matrix. A into null matrix will be equal to null matrix into A will be equal to 0. Then A matrix into B plus C matrix can be written as AB plus AC matrix. Then AB into C matrix will be equal to A into BC matrix. A constant into A plus B matrix can be written as constant into A plus constant into B. If AB matrix is 0, then it can be 0 even if A is not 0, B is not 0. Even that can happen. A plus B transpose can be written as A transpose plus B transpose. But AB transpose has to be written as B transpose A transpose. KA transpose will be equal to K times A transpose. A transpose whole transpose will be equal to A. Now, we will see some examples where we will be multiplying the matrices. I will give you some examples and we will do some multiple choice questions. Regarding this, we will do multiple choice questions, but first let us do some more formulas. Some shortcut methods, some formulas, and after that, we will go to the problems. As we have learnt a few terms here, some more terms we will be learning. But before that, we have completed matrices. So we will learn some more properties of determinants also. Later on, we will go to the problems. So, suppose in a matrix A, you have only one element A11. It's 1 by 1 order. Then determinant of A, we are learning about determinants. Determinant of A will be just A11. But suppose if in a matrix you have A11, A12, A21, A22, then determinant of A will be A11, A22 minus A12, A21. Similarly, if you have a matrix A as 3 by 3 matrix. This is 2 by 2 matrix. A11, A12, A13, A21, A22, A23, A31, A32, A33. A 3 by 3 matrix. Then determinant of A will be A11 into determinant of A22, A23, A32, A33 minus A12 into determinant of A21, A23, A31, A33 plus A13 into determinant of A21, A22, A31, A32. Or in other words, you can write A11 into A22, A33 minus A23, A32 minus A12 into A21, A33 minus A23 into A31 plus A13 into A21, A32 minus A22 A31. This is how we can write the determinant of a 3 by 3 matrix. Determinant of unit matrix I will be 1. Determinant of null matrix will be 0. Then we have the cofactor of matrix and minor of a matrix. Suppose if you want a matrix A in which Aij elements are there and its order is m by n. If you want to find the minor of any element Aij, that will be Aij. How will you find the minor? What is the formula for minor? First, we will find the minor, then we will come to cofactor. If you want to find the minor of matrix Aij, what you should do? You have to delete, remove ith row and jth column and make a determinant. Find the determinant. That will be the minor of Aij. Okay, so minor of Aij we will denote by Aij. Coming to cofactor of Aij, we will take minus 1 power I plus j. To it we will multiply the minor Aij to get the cofactor. So determinant A in short is every element has to be multiplied with the minor and then added I equal to 1 to g. Or I equal to 1 to n can be taken. I equal to 1 to n can be written. So usually in books, minor will be written as, in order to avoid confusion, minor will be written as m and cofactor will be written as Aij. Minor will be written as Mij and cofactor will be written as Aij. You will multiply the minor of Ij and this cofactor you will write as Aij. So in determinant, if you want to define determinant, you have to multiply each element with its cofactor and take the sigma. That is the formula for determinant. Now there are some properties of determinant. That is, determinant of A and determinant of A dash will be same. Determinant of AB will be determinant of A into determinant of B. Determinants can be found only for square matrices. Determinants exist only for square matrices. That you have to remember first. Now there are some properties. Suppose A is a matrix having elements Aij and the order is m by n. Now B is a matrix obtained. B is from A by interchanging It is obtained by interchanging two rows or columns. Then determinant of B will be equal to negative determinant of A. Next, if A is a matrix with Aij elements of order m by n, and in this, if two rows or columns are identical, are same, then determinant of A will be equal to 0. The third one, if determinant of B is equal to K into determinant of A, then B is obtained from A by multiplying only one row or column by K. Determinant, fourth property is determinant of Ka will be equal to K power n into determinant of A if A is a matrix having Aij of order n by n. Fifth one, determinant of A power n matrix will be equal to determinant of A whole power n. Next, sixth property, if A is a matrix having elements Aij, order is m by n. B is a matrix having elements Bij, same order. C is a matrix having elements Cij with same order. Such that the ith column or row of A is the sum of ith columns or rows of B and C, and all other columns or rows are identical. Then determinant of A will be equal to determinant of B plus determinant of C. That's the rare case. The next property, that is the seventh property, is if the same multiple of elements of any row or column of a determinant are added to corresponding elements of other row or column, then the value of the new determinants remain unchanged. That's the next one. Similarly, a few things you have to by heart if possible. That is, if you have determinant of, I will write here 1 x square, 1 y square, 1 z square. It is x minus y into y minus z into z minus x. Similarly, if you have 1x x cube, 1y y cube, 1z z cube, that will be equal to x minus y into y minus z into z minus x into x plus y plus z. If you pay a little attention, it is actually easy to by heart all these. If you have 1x square x cube, 1y square y cube, determinant of 1z square z cube, it is written as x minus y into y minus z into z minus x into xy plus yz plus zx. Then the next is, if determinant of 1AB, 1CA, 1BC equal to 0, then A square plus B square plus C square minus AB minus BC minus CA is equal to 0. Or I can write 1 by 2 into b minus c whole square plus c minus a whole square plus a minus b whole square will be 0. Or I can write a equal to b equal to c. So apart from these, you have some more things. What is adjoint A? The next thing you will be learning is adjoint A. It is transpose of the matrix obtained by replacing elements of A by their cofactors, such as adjoint A. Then A into adjoint A will be equal to adjoint A into A will be equal to determinant of A into I. Next is, if determinant of A is not 0, then A is non-singular matrix. But if determinant of A equal to 0, then A is singular matrix. So a unit matrix is always non-singular, no matter whatever be the condition. Then only square matrices are invertible. That means they have inverses. Suppose if AB is equal to BA equal to I, then B is inverse of A or A is inverse of B, I can say. If, okay, next point, eighth point. If A inverse exists, that implies A is non-singular. So only non-singular matrices have inverse. A inverse of A is always unique if it exists. So we can write A into A inverse will be equal to A inverse into A will be equal to I. Similarly, we can write A inverse of inverse will be equal to A. The definition to find A inverse is 1 by determinant of A into adjoint of A. Then AB whole inverse will be equal to B inverse into A inverse. If A is non-singular, then A dash is also, A transpose is also non-singular. And then A dash inverse will be equal to A inverse dash. Like this, there are some more properties. There are shortcut methods also in matrices and determinants. So we will learn them also. The next property which we are going to learn is about adjoint A's. That is, if A is non-singular square matrix of order n, then determinant of adjoint E is equal to A inverse. Next, adjoint of AB is equal to adjoint of B into adjoint of A. The next property, adjoint of A dash is equal to adjoint of A whole dash. Again, if A is non-singular square matrix, then adjoint of A will be equal to determinant of A power n minus 2 into A. If A is non-singular matrix and is symmetric, then A inverse is also symmetric. Next, if A is non-singular matrix, then determinant of A inverse is determinant of A whole inverse, and that is 1 by determinant of A. Then, to solve simultaneous equations, if you have to solve simultaneous equations, we have a rule called Cramer's rule. If Ax is equal to B and determinant of A is not 0, then x will be equal to delta 1 by delta, y will be equal to delta 2 by delta, z will be equal to delta 3 by delta, where delta is determinant of A. Next, a square matrix is symmetric if A dash equal to A, and is already, I told you this, skew symmetric. What are symmetric matrices and skew symmetric matrices? If A dash equal to minus A. Why I am telling you is, if A is a square matrix, then A plus A dash is symmetric matrix. A minus A dash is skew symmetric matrix. Then A dash and A dash A and A square are symmetric matrices. Every matrix A can be written as sum of a symmetric matrix and a skew symmetric matrix. Next, AB can be called as symmetric matrix if AB is equal to BA. AB plus BA can be called as symmetric matrices. AB plus BA is symmetric, and AB minus BA is skew symmetric. Next, determinant of skew symmetric matrix. Skew symmetric matrix of odd order is 0, and determinant of skew symmetric matrix of even order is a perfect square. Then some more points. If matrix A equal to B plus C, then determinant of A will not be equal to determinant of B plus determinant of C. You have to remember. Determinant of a diagonal matrix will be equal to product of its diagonal elements. Determinant of a triangular matrix will be equal to product of its diagonal elements. Determinant of I unit matrix of any order will be 1. Determinant of null matrix of any order will be 0. Non-square matrices do not have determinants. Only square matrices have determinants. Next is orthogonal matrix. If A dash is equal to I, then A is orthogonal matrix. Next is nilpotent matrix. For a matrix A, if A power P is 0, then A is nilpotent matrix of index P. Next is idempotent matrix. If A square equal to A, then A is idempotent matrix. If AB is equal to A and BA equal to B, then A and B are idempotent matrices. Idempotent matrices. Involuntary matrix. What is involuntary matrix? If A square is equal to I, then A is involuntary matrix. If A is involuntary matrix, then I minus A into I plus A will be equal to a zero matrix. Similarly, if A is involuntary matrix, then 1 by 2 into I plus A and 1 by 2 into I minus A are idempotent, and 1 by 2 into I plus A into 1 by 2 into I minus A will be equal to matrix A. Now, how to find rank of a matrix? A non-zero matrix. A is non-zero matrix. Has rank R if there exist at least one minor of order R which is not zero, and every minor of order R plus 1 is 0. Now, how will you try to understand this statement? I will tell you. Suppose A is a matrix 1, 2, 3, 2, 3, 4, 3, 5, 7. What is determinant of A? Determinant of 1, 2, 3, 2, 3, 4, 3, 5, 7. Or what can I do here? I have to make some operation here. That is, from R3, I will subtract R1 and R2. So R1 will be same, R2 will be same. 3 minus 2 minus 1, 0. 5 minus 3 minus 2, 0. 7 minus 4 minus 3, 0. After getting this matrix, you can see determinant of 1, 2, 2, 3 is not 0. That means rank of the matrix A is 2. This is how you can decide. Okay. A square matrix A of order n is non-singular if its rank R is n. That is, determinant of A is not 0 if rank of A is n. That is what we can denote. Rank of matrix A is denoted by row of A. Some properties of rank also we will talk. If rank of matrix A is same as rank of matrix B equal to n, then rank of matrix AB is also n. Some more properties of rank. If in a matrix every element is 1, then rank of the matrix R is also 1. Every skew symmetric matrix of odd order has rank less than its order. Next, rank of null matrix is not defined. And rank of non-null matrix, any matrix, is greater than or equal to 1. Next, rank of matrix A is same as rank of matrix A dash. Next, elementary transformations Do not change the rank of matrix. Next is equivalent matrices. A and B are equivalent matrices if one can be obtained from other by elementary transformations, which I already told you what kind of transformations are there. Next is echelon form of a matrix. We can say A is in echelon form if A is null matrix or some conditions are satisfied. What is that? Every non-zero row in A precedes every zero row. This is every. That means every non-zero row comes before every zero row. Or the other condition is the number of zeros before the first non-zero element in a row is less than the number of zeros which are not there in the row. Or I can say number of non-zero rows. Non-zero rows of matrix. This you will learn only with example. Now it may not be clear. So after learning echelon form, we can say that the rank of matrix in echelon form is the number of non-zero rows. Non-zero rows of the matrix. I'll explain this more when we do problems. So here in this chapter, you will be seeing non-homogeneous system of linear equations, which can be solved with the help of matrices determinants. The first one is matrix method. In matrix method, you will take Ax equal to B and you will solve X by taking A inverse B. So for this, you get a unique solution provided A should be non-singular matrix. So I think these are enough to start with the questions. We have some shortcut methods also. We will discuss about them in the next class, and then we will go to multiple choice questions. With this, we will end the class.